We anticipate in the next 10 to 12 years approximately 86 million Hispanics coming into the United States and 41 million Asians. You have been the majority minority for 400 years in this country. You have been the number 2 population for 400 years. You're going to get kicked out of being number 2. You're going to go down and become number 4. Now, common sense, even a third grade education would tell you, if you didn't get anything when you were number 2, you all jumped ahead of me, but anyway, you can guess what you're going to get when you become number 4.
President Biden, do you support reparations?
Well, I mean, since I haven't spoken on this, got a chance. Number one, the reason we're the country we are is because of immigration. We've been able to cherry pick the best from every single continent. The people who come here have determination, resilience. They are ready to stand up and work like the devil. We have 24 out of every 100 children in our school today is Hispanic. The idea that we are going to walk away and not provide every opportunity for them is not only stupid and immoral, but it's bad for America. They are the future of America.
It's a very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land. Through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest. Which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. And this is what we are faced with. And this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
We are owed $104 trillion on the very low end, plus $735 billion recurring. This number does not include the cost of about 50 Black Wall Streets that were decimated, nor compound interest from 2017 when Sean D. Rochester's book, The Black Tax, was published, nor the cost of Black life, nor the cost of living increases, nor the war on drugs, nor the current day pandemic. The number I'm working with is for slavery, Jim Crow, and accrued ongoing systemic racism, oppression, and disadvantage in the country our ancestors built with their lives.
Good evening in the mountains. Good evening in the central. You know exactly who it is, Emily. Angela, you're finding your hostess with the most on the Reparations perspective, bringing you those brief and hot topics and making the case for reparations, making the case for weaponizing our soul, socializing our suffering. How y'all doing, family? I see you, Yaira. I see you, The Rock. And for those of you who have yet to chat whom you are and where you're streaming from, welcome one and all to the live. I'm just excited. My excitement continues through today. Yaira has been keeping me apprised of how the midterms are going. And so far, so good. It looks like my Freedmen protest voter strategy is prevailing. Shout out to The Rock who got to the polls today. Super thrilled. Thank you, family. Shout out to all of my comrades in Twitter who have been tweeting me all day that they went to the polls and they held the line for American freedmen by invoking my Freedmen protest voter strategy. I'm super, super, super happy, proud. The ancestors are proud. It's a glorious day. It is a glorious day, and I can't wait to see the results. But of course, the broadcast must go on. The edutainment must go on, because if it was this hard to get a few comrades to be in agreement with my protest voter strategy, Imagine how weathered and weary people are going to be, because we are at war. Let's not get it confused. I'm going to have to stress that every step of the way. Do know that I have officially, with this Freedmen protest voter strategy, returned the missile to the Democrats. So it's going to get uncomfortable. I need y'all to understand it. I've been trying to smooth people out all afternoon who don't want to do it, but I've made the case as to why you should do it. Family, it boils down to what you can live with. Can you live with bringing the Democrats to their knees for several election cycles after their intentional neglect from their most loyal voter base since FDR? 60 years we're talking. Can you live with bringing them to their knees for several election cycles until they're begging us to cut our checks? Or can you live with the fact that if they prevail in the midterms with our vote, which they have been weaponizing against us to erase and replace us, can you live with the fact that the illegal immigration will go from 5 million to 20 million, which will totally dead our vote come 24? We will have been officially, with our own vote or with our own withholding of the vote, okay, we will have officially given the green light to the Democrats to continue to erase and replace us with immigrants. So you've got to choose between those two evils. Undoing the Democrats who have intentionally neglected us, or withholding or voting blue no matter who to our peril. Hi, Jay Smooth. Thank you for joining the live. So you've got to choose what you want to serve. We are out of time. There's no more room to have talks and negotiations. These Democrats are rather smug. They believe they've got 46 million legal immigrants. They've got 14 million DACA. They've got 5 million illegals. Do the math. 46 and 14, 10, carry the 1. That's 60 million plus 20 million. That means 80 million illegal immigrants, legal immigrants, and refugees. 80 million to our 60 million. And not all 60 million of us go out here to these polls to vote, right? Hi, Lucky. I see you, Gwen XOXO. Thank you for joining the live. But do you understand what we've got to choose between? I cannot live with allowing the Democrats to prevail and our complete neutralization of our vote. It will not count in 24 if we do not invoke this strategy. Not withhold the vote, not vote blue, no matter damn who. We've got to boomerang this missile in a New York hurry. Do you understand what I'm telling you? That's how dire it is. And so I know that I'm going to have to smooth y'all out over the next 2 years because it's about to get cray-cray. Do know that both parties suck, family. This ain't a party thing. Freedmen have to be able to at least tread water. We got to tread water so that we can groom our candidates to take it over. That's the long game. We're outmoneyed. We can't pay for our politics. This is why they're crapping on us and have been from the time we changed from the Republican clans to the Democrats. I don't know what to tell you. We're on the bottom. And pretty soon we will be buried. And our ancestors built this country with their lives, and we're on the bottom. That should make your stomach turn. So I get how I've been getting people in my Twitter. They're very angry to have to do what I'm asking them to do. And I get it. But trust me, Nothing felt better for me than to know that I know that some of these repugnant clans are for open borders too. But by and large, we've got a trifecta, and we've got 5 million plus and counting illegals in the country who are being given everything above Freedmen. How dare they focus on erasing and replacing us over giving us the reparations and enforced protections that we are long overdue. Do you realize how big of an FU that is to Freedmen from the Democrats whom we've been loyal to since FDR? So I'm for a moratorium on legal immigration. Bump those 14 million DACA. I need them. No, you don't get citizenship. You get to go back to your country and do for your country what Freedmen did to build this country. You don't just get to come over here and climb right over top of us. That's not how any of this is going to work. Put a moratorium. Let it dead it at 46 million. Until you do right by Freedmen, no more immigration. Close the fucking borders. Hi, Babe Rex. I see you, fam. Y'all know I'm going to get to y'all's comments. Yaira is going to join me towards the end of this broadcast so we can go over what's happening with the election. She's been keeping me apprised all day. I sent her the link, and I'm going to study how to make you guys mods to keep a lot of this trolling down. But I have to do a full court press. Folks are like, you can relax now. We got you. No, I don't see the results. And I'm gearing up for 24 because I still need to build on this Freedmen protest voter strategy. This is not a one and done thing, family. I wish it could be the case. I wish we could do one and be done with punishing the Democrats. That's not how it's going to work. We've got to lean in and break them. We've got to serve them their walking papers. They've got to be fired. The only way to feel that is to do it for several election cycles. It's not going to matter if all we do it is a one and done. Y'all got to buckle up. You got to grow a backbone, and you've got to understand that when these Democrats have a trifecta, we're the only ones in distress. Now, after the midterms, I'm going out to dinner with Yaira tomorrow so we can strategize about our list of demands. We're going to go in with those results from the Freedmen, because I doubt the Black immigrants who have been bought and paid to replace and erase us, I doubt they'll be voting Repugnant Klan. Okay? So we're going to go in there with those election results, and we're going to go in there with our list of demands. I recommend everybody else do it too. Don't let the congressional Black carcasses convince you not to have a sit down with the Repugnant Klans. Especially if y'all turned out the vote as I've asked you to. Because they're going to want you to do it in 24. Now you've got something to bargain with. So, yeah, we will be sitting down with the Repugnant Klans and making demands, because guess what's going on with the Repugnant Klans? I've already done an archive. Look it up. But I'm going to be brief. The bottom line is they are at war within their own party. The Tea Party and MAGA are fighting and at war with the rhinos. Those are the oligarchs of the Repugnant Klan party. It's split down the middle. There's opportunity when there's fractures in the Repugnant Klan party for us to get to these tables and get something in exchange for our vote. So please know and weaponize your power, and don't let the congressional Black carcasses try to pretend that democracy is on the line. There ain't no democracy for American freedmen. We dead last in every metric. So with that being said, let me show you the puckery that the Asians are on. You see, everybody loves to weaponize our never-ending Holocaust for their come-up. Let's get into it. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe. Y'all know I'm being shadow banned. I want to thank each and every one of you who have blessed either my PayPal or my Cash App. Thank you so much for that. I greatly appreciate you supporting me edutaining the masses and advocating for freedom and reparations. You are appreciated. You help the show to continue to go on. Thank you, because that's exactly what I use it for, to keep the broadcast going. Costs money and time, okay? So like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, because ScrewTube is shadow banning me. And make sure you're still subscribed. Oh, thank you to my new subscribers. My goodness, I've grown. Since coming over to Twitter Space, I grew my platform to close to 1,500. I think I'm at 1,480, 1,490 last time I checked. I seem to get about 10 new subs every day. So thank you guys for sharing my channel and liking the content, because when you like it, it improves the algorithm so people can find me. So let's get into it. Now, I'm not going to see your comments for a minute. I have to go over here and read, okay? Share my screen. You're not going to believe this. Hold on one second. Okay, in 2020, this is the most recent I've been able to find. Some of you have been schooled on this, but I need to keep this forefront. Okay, let me put my glasses on because it's a little hard to read. And then I'm going to read from this article about these Asians weaponizing our never-ending Holocaust for their come up. They're complaining. This is 2020, so you know it's significantly more by now. So here we have the median household income by race and ethnicity. Let me make sure y'all can see that. Well, I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller so you can really see while I read you the puckery and comment in between the way I normally do. And then we'll get to the election results. I hope not to keep you here long. Co-host in the chat, keep the comments flowing, because I'm coming over to deal with those after I do the larger segment of this broadcast, which is the puckery with the Asians, crying the blues. So keep these stats in mind as I read to you and comment on this article that I found. So in 2020, in 2019, the Asian median household income nationwide was $99,400. Their 2020 income fell about $5,000 to $94,903. White non-Hispanic was $77,007, and it fell about $5,000, well, more like $3,000 in 2020 to $74,912. Hispanic any race had a median household income in 2019 of $56,814. And in 2020, they were at $55,321. Now, Black in 2019, our national median income was $46,005. It dropped about $2,000 to $45,870. That's more like $1,500 or something. $1,865. Now, we are descendants of U.S. chattel slavery. Our ancestors built this country and the wealth these Mickey Thicky eat from with their very lives. And yet they're complaining. Let's get into it. They've got the unmitigated gall to share how the model minority myth holds Asian Americans back at work and what companies should do. In some ways, Quincy Surasmith says he didn't feel like an outsider growing up. Surasmith, who is Thai American and Chinese American, was raised in a part of LA that had a large Asian American community. But while Surasmith excelled in his early school days, by high school, his grades were slipping. He was engaged in class and tested well, but he stopped completing his homework and his GPA suffered. I almost flunked out, Surasmith says, and teachers didn't have an answer for that. They were like, well, why wouldn't you want to achieve? What teachers didn't consider was that because of disruptions at home during his parents' divorce, filling out extra worksheets after school wasn't exactly his priority. Me speaking. We're undergoing a never-ending Holocaust where our kids not only have to suffer broken homes, but they also have to dodge bullets. They have to dodge the race soldiers. And yet, this divorce forced this Asian to not fill out extra worksheets. Back to the text. Additionally, it was expected of us, or assumed of us, that we were kids who had parents who had steady incomes and access to money for extracurricular activities or prep classes, or even just having like a car to get to places, Surasmith says. But I know I didn't necessarily have all of those things. We've got our beautiful freedmen children whose parents are living in rural parts of the country who can't even afford a fraction of the things that this person benefits from. Back to the text. Surasmith's experience is just one of countless examples of how Asian Americans have been subject to the model minority myth, a set of assumptions that Asian Americans are hardworking overachievers who have made it to the highest levels of success by positioning Asians as the model minority race. It also assumes that Asians don't need any help and don't require any further examination of how their race is discriminated against. Now, let me stop sharing this on that note, because I got to bring up for you how the Asians are actually doing beyond the 99,000 national median income you see per year. And let's compare that to how American freedmen are doing. So, let me stop sharing. Hold on one second. Let me see here. Hold on one second. I have a chart to show you. Stand by. No, that's not it. Hold on. Here we go. Make sure you can see it. And let's go over this. So here we have the Asian Americans in 2019. I'm focused on them alone. This section right here. Their population
and their median household income. Not going to combine them with, I'm not going to read this last column. I'm focused here, okay? The Indian, 4,240,466, had a median household income of $126,705. Bangladeshi are 198,628. They had a median household income of 67,944. Cambodian population, $258,052, with a median household income of $72,038. Chinese, 4,216,922 in population, median household income of $85,424. Taiwanese, 187,756, with a median household income of $100,205. Filipino, $2,983,596 and $100,273 median income. Hmong, or Hmong, maybe the H is silent, 308,803 in population. Median household income, 73,373. Indonesian, 81,269 in population. Median income, $93,501. Japanese, 755,672 in population. 85,007 is their median household income. Korean population, 1,461,843. Median income, 76,674. Laotian, 192,689 population. Median household income, $66,117. Pakistani, $506,193. I'm sorry, $506,193 is their population. $87,509 is their median income. Thai, population 224,463. Median household income, $66,763. Vietnamese population, 1,873,707. Median income, $72,161. Burmese, 173,586 population. $45,903 is their median income. Nepalese, 189,399 population. Median income, $63,619. Native Hawaiian and other Pacific Islanders. Polynesian, population 373,945. Median household income, $65,968. Native Hawaiian, 198,734 population. Median household income, $62,272. Samoan, 102,845. Median income, $67,573. Micronesian, population 173,592. Median household income, $62,659. Guamanian or Chamorro, 78,323 population. Median household income, $72,722. Now, here we get into the American Indian and the Alaskan Natives. I don't consider them Asian. I'm not dealing with them. I'm talking about these Asians crying the poor mouth. Now, in 2019, going back to our numbers, our median national income was $46,500. The Burmese was lower than us by maybe $1,000. And in 2022,
I do believe our national median household income, it's been hard to find. Let's do the research again. Every time I do 2022, yeah, they're not giving me 22 purposely and intentionally. They keep going back to the one I just had on the screen. Yep. 2019 is as far back as they will allow me to go. So I want to stop sharing this, and I want to oh, look at this. This is a good one. I'll keep this here. This is 20. Let me see. Is this 2018? Okay, I'm going to leave this one up so I'm not toggling too much and I can get through. So here you see, I'm just dealing with us alone. I'm not dealing with combined with other races. Asian Americans, 18,415,198 in population. I think this is 2018. Yeah. The United States Census has race and ethnicity as defined by the Office of Management and Budget in 97. The following median household income data are retrieved from American Community Survey 2018. 1-year estimates. In this survey, the nationwide population was 327,167,439 in 2018. Okay. So this is 2018. Okay. They won't give me current data. And I know that's by design. When they want us to believe we're winning, they hide a lot of this information because they know that we're getting smart enough to go to Google and bring this information and this data up. So in 2018, the Asian Americans were 18,415,198. Their median household income was 87,243. White Americans, 236,173 in 20. Their median income was $65,902. And this right here, between the Asians and the whites, is why these white folks stormed the Capitol. This is why the Republican Party is divided. And this is why we've gotten opportunity, more so with the Republicans than we do the Democrats. Because of this differential with the salaries. You see, because Republicans, especially the MAGA Tea Party, they are on citizenship in the Constitution, more so than the rhinos. The extremely conservative wealthy are doing this because it saves them money. They'd rather give 18,415,198, $87,243 as a median household income than to give it to the white folks. 236,173,020. They're now in 2018 was making 22,000 less than the Asian Americans. They'd rather give that to them. Same with freedmen. Because contrary to this number here, this is underreported by about 20 million for American, African American, Black American. We're more like 60 million conservatively. This says 41,617,764. We descend from the ancestors who built all the wealth. They built America, and yet our median income is 43,892. This is 2018. It's around here now, or less. with the highest rates of unemployment and underemployment. And they didn't give us the Latinos numbers. So I'm just going to keep this right here to remind you that we're bottom caste and the importance of weaponizing your vote and socializing your suffering. Back to the text. Stand by. So keep all of this in mind as I read to you the puckery and how our never-ending Holocaust, the Asians are weaponizing it for the come up. And I'll bring in more stats as I carry on. I'm going to make that smaller. You get the idea. Hold on. So everybody gets to use our never-ending Holocaust for the come up. They take advantage of whiteness when it serves them, and they take advantage of POC when it serves them. While we get pushed deeper and deeper and deeper into the Titanic. I'm just making the case for why we need to weaponize our vote and socialize our suffering. They claim that these assumptions are just that, and the consequences of the stereotype go beyond the classroom. By grouping all the Asian Americans together and assuming all of them will do well just because you've measured them as a group, you end up ignoring the people who might not fit into that, Sir Smith says. Now, in what I read you, did you hear anybody struggling or suffering? The Burmese, what they have, 100,000, making 45,000 a year, median income? For decades, the model minority myth has kept Asian Americans out of the important equity conversations and held members of the community back from equal opportunity in academia, the workforce, and necessary government welfare. So this is my problem with them going to the federal courts to undermine and roll back affirmative action. Now that they've benefited, now that they've come from money and come into the country and become citizens, of course they want to shut the gate on American freedmen. Folks are sitting up here acting like these folks need this. They act like they need affirmative action. No, they weaponize POC minority to get affirmative action to be educated all over the country so that they're now sitting at 100,000 national median income, right? Or greater. So now that they've used it, because we all know that the affirmative action our ancestors fought and bled and died for benefit white women, white men vis-a-vis LGBTQIA XYZ, which about 90% of the LGBT community is white. About 5% is Black. And immigrants. So when your affirmative action is being used to give these three groups to come up, it makes it easy to deny American freedmen for whom it was intended. You just got to fill the other three buckets and put the sign up to close the store and to shut American freedmen out. So they've successfully done that out here in California. And now they're going to get it rolled back altogether at the federal Supreme Court level. Because they're good. And this is why we're fighting with the OMB to get American freedmen declared as our ethnicity. So that we can start fighting these Mickey Thickies based on
ethnicity and not race, family. Because they're weaponizing their ethnic groups to get the come up on entitlements that our ancestors fought and died for us to come up. Back to the text. The origins and consequences of the model minority myth. The term model minority was first coined in the 60s by sociologist William Peterson for a New York Times Magazine article. It was used to describe the so-called success stories of some Japanese American families who during World War II, have to slow down on that one all the time, were forced into internment or pushed to enlist in the military as a means to prove their patriotism, yet were unable to rebuild and reintegrate into society after the war. And what did they get? $20,000 a piece. That's a lot to build on, right? Ellen Wu, an associate professor of history at Indiana University, Bloomington, links this portrayal to essentially a rebranding effort as the U.S. rose to become a global superpower. If America was truly the land of democracy and equal opportunity, U.S. leaders had to show that immigrants could overcome anything, even racist and exclusionary policies, to succeed here. And that's exactly what they're doing with the illegals, right? They can't replace our votes the way they've replaced us economically as the economic engine of this country without giving these illegals and immigrants alike a leg up over us with our civil rights and affirmative action. And yet they're not vetting who's coming across that border. And so crime is up everywhere. Fentanyl drug use is up everywhere. And folks want to fight me about the protest vote strategy. This government makes whomever is lighter skinned with money white. And the brown ones, they put slightly above us to keep us in contention with one another. We're on the bottom after voting Democrat for 60 years. Let that sink in. However, Wu says the portrayal of Asians as the model minority during a burgeoning civil rights movement in the 50s and 60s was also a way to discredit the claims of African Americans who were seeking racial and economic justice and demanding massive structural overhauls in American society. What is different about the agenda in 22? But y'all want to stay home and withhold your votes and not participate in a process that can actually turn the Titanic around. Because when you're not at the table, family, you're on the menu. A primary criticism of the model minority stereotype is how it has been used to pit Black and Asian communities against each other throughout American history. Well, that's nice to be said in an article, but they don't give a damn, truly. Or they'd be fighting for our inclusion. More of them would be in this fight for our reparations and protections. But they're gobbling up, hello AAPI, our reparations and protections. Joe Crow gave them $35 million and our protections. So lots of people love to pay lip service to our never-ending Holocaust and how we're at war with all these groups but they would never trade places, only to take advantage of our civil rights and affirmative action and then go to the federal courts to close the door. The myth of the model minority also points Asians as a monolith, when in fact some 23 million Asian Americans trace their roots to more than 20 countries in East and Southeast Asia and the Indian subcontinent. The reduction of numerous ethnicities, origin countries, cultures, and historical ties to the U.S. into one racial group leaves the most marginalized Asian American and Pacific Islanders, or AAPIs, out of the equation. Did you hear anyone being more marginalized in those numbers I just read you than the American freedmen in the country our ancestors built with their lives? Put it in the chat. This is why we've always got to be on that data, family. Because everybody's lying. Though Asian Americans have some of the highest educational attainment and median incomes in the country, the lowest rung on the poverty ladder happens to be Asian, and that is a fact that is widely ignored, says Denise Peck, an executive advisor at the Pan Asian Leadership Organization, a SIN Foundation. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, members of 12 out of 19 Asian origin groups have poverty rates as high or as higher than the U.S. average at a share of 25%. Mongolians have the highest poverty rates among Asians in the U.S. Let me go back. I don't recall reading anything about a Mongolian. But let's see. I don't see no Mongolians. Let's go and see how many Mongolians are in the damn country. This is what you got to do, family. This is what I do. I'm on that data. If Yvette Carnell taught me nothing else, she taught me to be about that data. Let's just go see. Let's have a look, see. Mongolian, what percent of the U.S. is Mongolian? How many Mongolians are in the USA? As of 2019, they had 27,000 Mongolians. We've got 60 million American freedmen. 90% of us share less than 700 billion since the pandemic. This is what I mean, family. We are voting for our own extinction and peril. As these Asians, whom numbers I've read to you, are getting everything, including our reparations and protections, to erase and replace us with our own votes, with our own never-ending Holocaust. Though some AAPI subpopulations are heavily concentrated in higher wage professional and management jobs, others, particularly women, are heavily concentrated in lower wage service, hospitality, and caregiving occupations. Oh, you mean the 27,000 that you just talked about? I cannot with this article anymore. Let me give you a couple more bites of data, and then we'll go over to the election results. Okay, let's go here. Close that out. I'm going to leave that up. Okay. So here, What they're complaining about, family, is that I want to say they're about 6% of the population and about 6.8% in management in the country. We are around, we're greater than 13, 14%. We're about 20% of the population. And then the Fortune 500 companies and the Fortune 100 companies and management at large, we're about, what did my title say? 3.2%. The employment rates in the U.S. in 2021 by ethnicity. Mexican American, 61.2%. Hispanic Latina, 61.1%. Asian, 60.6%. White Caucasian, 58.6%. Cuban, 57.6%. African American, us, American freedmen, 55.7%. And Puerto Rico, 55%. If y'all hear horns blowing outside, I live in the city, so forgive it. I have everything closed so it doesn't disturb us, but okay, I want to go to the next status here. Hold on, what else did I have to show you? This article is why so many black business professionals are missing from the C-suite. Despite spending millions on corporate diversity efforts, U.S. companies aren't retaining black professionals nor promoting them to top positions, causing many of those workers to walk out the doors in frustration, according to a new report. Black people account for about 12% of the U.S. population, but occupy only 3.2% of the senior leadership roles in large companies in the U.S. and just 0.8% of all Fortune 500 CEO positions, according to the analysis by the Center for Talent Innovation, a workplace think tank in New York City. Me speaking. Just like my title intimates, what percent of this 3.2% of senior leadership roles is American freedmen? And this is why we're fighting all over the country with the OMB to disaggregate blackness, to delineate American freedmen, so that you can see the Holocaust live and in living color when they single out what is happening specifically to our group. Because a lot of these numbers are inflated because they're black immigrants who share 2.93 trillion of the 3 trillion household dollars shared by all blacks in this country. 10% by and large black immigrant share in 2.93 trillion as compared to 90% predominantly American freedmen who share less than 700 billion since COVID. And y'all want to fight me to withhold the vote. The study was funded by Disney, Pfizer, and other major corporate players. Its conclusions were drawn from a survey conducted online and via telephone in June of more than 3,700 people who work in white-collar jobs and have at least a bachelor's degree. About 65% of blacks in the study said they had to work harder to advance, compared with only 16% of white employees. Quote, "We hope that business leaders will respond to these findings by making a serious assessment of their own workplaces and creating a comprehensive plan of action," Pat Philly-Crushell, the center's CEO, said in a statement. "We are especially concerned about the lack of awareness we discovered among white professionals." Perhaps the best way to enhance career opportunities for African Americans, the study suggests, is for more companies to introduce bias training for managers, implement clear, consistent standards for promotions and hiring decision makers,
who are committed to diversity. Companies must also create a diversity hiring strategy specifically for Black employees. How do you do that when you're a whole Crayola white supremacist? The center study comes at a time when America continues to lose Black CEOs and companies are spending millions of dollars trying to diversify their staff, often to little avail. No, they only want a certain kind of diversity. That's what our affirmative action and civil rights is being used for. I just read you the numbers. In 2012, there were 6 Black Fortune 500 CEOs. Today, there are 3. Kenneth Frazier of Merck, Roger Ferguson of TIAA, and Marvin Ellison of home improvement giant Lowe's. They sound like Friedman names. It's embarrassing because there are thousands of Black people who are just as qualified or more qualified than I am, who deserve the opportunity, but haven't been given the opportunity. Retired American Express CEO Kenneth Chenault told the researchers behind this study. Although there is little research on how much companies spend on diversity recruitment in total, individual companies like Google and Intel report spending hundreds of millions annually to diversify their staff. One reason Black professionals are struggling to scale the corporate ladder, according to the study, a lack of face time with senior leaders, which hinders building personal relationships with those within a company who oversee promotions. About 20% of Black respondents said they don't feel someone of their race could ever gain the top position at their company. Crayola white supremacist stands in the way of our advancements. We must get back to what the ancestors did and pull ourselves up by our bootless straps and build our own. They think it's hard for them. It's even harder for the 90%. Just to get a job. When this immigration floods your state, y'all gonna find out. I think that's it of my content, my rant. Let's see what y'all got to say about it. And then I'll have Yaira on with me to actually go over the polls. Thank you, my brother. The Rock voted straight Republican as a protest and to bring the Dems to their knees. I'm so grateful to you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you love my red? Thank you, Yaira. That's for today. I am very thankful to be amongst those of us who made the itch bleed today. I did so yesterday. The Rock wants to bring them to their knees for a century. That's about how long we may have to do this, fam. And we have to buckle up and just accept that we are at war, but also accept that the Democrats waged war on us and have been waging war on us for 60 years. Ergo, why we're bottom cast and in the fight of our lives to get up off this bottom. And your Friedman protest vote will enable us to do that. Because my misery loves company. I'll admit to that. I'm sick and tired of delivering the Democrats only to be the only group in distress. So thank you for those of you who have joined me. J Smooth. All right. Okay, Yaira says current Senate results. 39 Democrat, 40 GOP. Woo, that's close. I need you to click the link and come on in here to explain this. Gwen XOXO, we Black Americans are going to fight, fight, and fight to get what we want and need. It's the only way, Gwen XOXO. That's what our ancestors did. They fought and won the Civil War to get us our freedom. These white folks didn't just give that to us. They took it. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to take it. And our line is depending on us to be the fighters, to be the warriors, to pick up where the ancestors left off. Current House results: 35 Dem, 67 GOP. Woo-wee! Hi, Babrax. Proud of you women. Night chosen ones. I'm proud of all of us, Babrax. Those who've been tuning in since 2019, those who rock with me, those who lift my voice up, those who are appreciative of my voice, those who are appreciative of my fight and my position on the vote. I'm just grateful to each and every one of you. I feel like going on. I'm very optimistic. It's going to be a good day. Yes. Trump DeSantis 24. I'd be okay with that. Definitely voting for Trump. Okay? Definitely voting for Trump. I ain't gonna play with it. This missile is live and direct. Back at you, Democrats, for your intentional neglect of my people. I'm no longer afraid or ashamed to say that, because I've had a lot of people, even in the contemporary reparations grassroots movement, try to shame me for my protest voter strategy. But Trump had these borders under control. In the state of California, our unemployment for blacks, let me not say American freemen, was 5%. It's over 15% now. And that doesn't even include those who have given up the search for work. While Newsom caters to the 2.3 million illegals, giving them our jobs, giving them our medical, giving them protections from deportations, and giving them driver's license. I'm so happy to, love. I am. I'm tired as I can be, but I had to come on here because this live was supposed to go yesterday. I got backed up, so I can only do one live a day because y'all know I was born to talk. Current governor results: 10 Democrats, 17 Republicans. Let's get it. Let's go. Yes. Winning. All right. We winning, y'all. I think I want to play that song, y'all. I got to play this song. I'm not going to play all of it because they'll, wipe my thing out. But this is my song. I love it. And it just comes to mind. Let me find it and I'm going to play it for y'all. It just feels good. There she is.
Hello.
Hi, Ira. Let me
Oh, can I hear you?
You can't hear me? Hold on. Just a second. Let me stop sharing.
Oh, wait a minute. I can hear. Can you hear me?
Let me divide our screen.
How's everybody? I was not prepared to go on live, but I've got to do this for my sister queen. So we appreciate you. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Thank you for joining me live. You've been keeping up with the election results.
Yes,
Why is the Senate so close? What is going on?
Okay, so you know what it is? I think looking at it, all of those them states on the East Coast, like the Boston, New York is all blue for the Senate.
Oh no.
Vermont, Connecticut, Maryland, blue. And everybody else looks like they turned back to red. Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, South Carolina, Alabama, Florida. And Illinois is blue. They're done. They're done.
Illinois is done.
They're done with the Senate. They're blue. And we're already into Colorado. We're sneaking over to the West Coast. So Colorado is done. They're blue. I guess they got to keep that.
Well, this is
hemp.
the West Coast. We know.
Just
you said they gotta what? You said they gotta what this?
They got to keep their hemp going. You know what I mean? I'm just being silly.
Well, the West Coast, you know.
Yeah, it looks like Arizona is going to be blue for the Senate.
We did our part.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a tie. That's why it's kind of a tie. Funny thing is, we still don't have any data on Texas or Montana, Wyoming, Minneapolis, Nebraska, New Mexico. Nothing on the Senate there yet. Nothing. Even Tennessee, West Virginia, Virginia have nothing.
Are they
but they got Colorado done. Interesting.
How could they have Colorado done? I thought the polls don't close out west until 8 o'clock.
Well, that's just for the Senate. I'm still on Senate.
Oh, I see.
I haven't gone over to the other. Yeah, that's just for the Senate. But if Colorado, I mean, I don't know what they're doing being done. They're done. That means bright blue and bright red means they're complete. And Colorado is bright blue. That means they're done with the Senate part. Mm-hmm.
What about those other states that don't have any numbers? Is it because they're counting mail-in ballots?
That's a good question. It only gives me so many stats on here. Let me actually okay, let me go to the details here. That was a good question.
I'm gonna get back to y'all's comments momentarily.
Okay, I don't see any. Illinois. I'm looking for Colorado. Okay, so this Yadira Caraveo, that's U.S. Okay, I don't want to go to U.S. House yet. I'm still on Senate. Let me see if they have. Okay, so they might. Well, I don't know why it's bright. See, this is really trickery. Well, they're coming in with Herschel getting Senate.
Is it everything's counted down there?
Yeah, no, I don't think everything's counted, but what they have on here, the way they have it, it's like it'll be a dark red if they're leaning more towards red.
Okay.
Okay, and it'll be a dark, like a teal blue, if it's leaning more towards blue.
Okay.
That means they're not done. But if it's a bright blue and a bright red, it's supposedly done when it comes to this Senate. That I don't understand that, and I'm trying to see who it is that got Senate in Colorado. Maybe somebody else can look that up. That would be interesting. Okay, well, let's go to U.S. House. Let's see. 48 Democrats, and the GOP is 86. That's huge.
Oh my goodness. That's not final though. We're still tallying, right?
They still tallying because they're in Arizona right now. Okay. And most of Arizona is red, not all of it. And
this is wonderful news. Bring the Democrats all the way to their knees.
They are bringing it, I mean, and gain 2 new seats.
Yes, could you explain that to my viewers?
I mean, the best I can understand is the Democrats lost 3 seats.
In Colorado or in California?
This is overall. I don't know where it was lost, but I could try and, here, okay. I could look because I'm very new to some of this.
Honey, I am too.
Oh, this is interesting. I just know that the Democrats lost 3 seats for House and the GOP gained 2 seats.
So
Now,
who's the
what
first
seats they
seat?
were and all of that. Here's somewhere I could select a state. Okay, so we know California hasn't been. So if that's the case, let me go back to the U.S. Senate because I'm curious about that Colorado. Okay. They do give you the details by state. So whatever state you want me or the chat wants me to look at, I can look at the state.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's like something like by Senate, House, and Governor.
Okay. Can you tell us what numbers are final in those three categories?
Yes. So let's go back.
Because we really don't care, but we just care about the final.
Yes. Let me go back.
If anybody's finished counting.
Okay, let me go back in there.
Which the East Coast should be, I would think.
Yeah. Okay. So right now, and this does live time. This is 7:18, our time, West Coast.
Okay.
EDT. 40 Dem and GOP is 41 for Senate. That's what I have right now. That's where we're at.
Ooh, okay.
And then the other is it's like 41 Republican, 40 Dem, and the other party's got 2.
Some other party.
Mm-hmm. Like libertarian or whatever.
Wow. I've never known them to like hold
get anything.
office,
yeah.
But I don't know. That's interesting. Very interesting.
Yes. And so then U.S. House, again, it's 48 Dem and 86. GOP 86. Okay. No other parties.
Yeah.
No other parties.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, wait a minute. Okay. So remember the Republicans, they've gained 2 seats and the Dems lost 3 with the House. Right. Okay, let's go on to governor. 11 Dem
was okay, so it went up one more Dem. 11 Dem and how many got?
19.
Ooh.
19. Now it says even with the 19, the GOP lost 2 seats and the Dems gained 2 seats. No other parties. Right, as of now.
Okay. Well, thank you for that update. I appreciate you. Yes. I'm going to put you in the down, and then I'll bring you up before I pray us out.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Okay, well, I'm just going to put you down here.
Okay.
In the lobby, and then we'll bring you up for more results before we close it out.
Yes. Thank you.
Yaira.
Mm-hmm.
Stand by. You can still hear me, I'm sure. Yes? Okay. All right, let's go back, guys. We're going to have Yaira back with more results before we pray out, but I got to look at y'all's comments first. Angela, you're a real sister. It takes a real sister to know a real sister, family. Thank you. The Rock, hell yes. If the Republicans want to talk, we should talk and try to cut a deal. Oh, we absolutely need to get beyond the congressional black caucuses that convinced us that, having a conversation with Trump and the Republicans was traitorous to the Democrats who've done nothing but throw us under the bus, right? Yeah. Everybody needs to be talking to the Democrats. The Republicans. Everybody should get beyond this foolishness with the Democrats having you more afraid to talk with the Republicans about your demands than you are the erasure and replacer by immigrants from the Democrats. We need to open up our mouths because a closed mouth don't get fed. Everybody needs to be setting up meetings. Hit the likes. Yes, thank you, Yaira. Please hit the likes. Thank you. Yes, Gwen, XOXO. Biden wants to tax people that's making $400,000. That's mom and pop businesses. Yes, ma'am. Yes, he does. You're absolutely correct. And that's on the gross. This is not their take home. And you know how much it costs to run a small business. How much are they really clearing? If all they're doing is 400,000. Yes, please hit the like button. Share, share, share. Beautiful Black people. The more I see that we're coming together, the eager I am to keep fighting. Oh, yes. Isn't it rich? It does motivate you, right? You feel like going on. I'm with you, sis. I know I feel like going on. Hi, Bootney. Basically, all of them come here and live above the poverty level. All but 27,000 Mongolians who didn't make the list. I guess they're too poor. While Black Americans live below it. You better know it, fam. Everybody's out voting. Well, they'll get to come back and look at this live to wind down for the evening or in the morning, whichever they prefer. I'm just happy to be here with y'all because I did my voting yesterday. Where's my sticker? Oh, it's on my other shirt. I better not wash that sticker. It's going to ruin my little shirt. They plot on you every day. Yeah, Gaslight TV. You're absolutely right. They're just, listen, their plans are 150 years old to extinct American freedmen. But the ancestors won't have it. The blood is on each and every one of us. Current governor results. Okay, we're going to come back to Yaira shortly. Imagine they've been doing this to Black people since your feet hit American soil. Oh, yes. Hi, DJ Sagwan. I ain't seen you in a minute. Yes, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Hit on the notifications bell. Thank you. Good to see you, DJ. Seeing Angela with that fan brought me back. I haven't seen anyone use those in a minute. Darling, I'm having my own private summers. Let me just put it like that, okay? I know I look 25, but baby, the struggle is real for this Gen Xer, okay? My grandmother always took the fans from church home. She also had her own that flipped open like Angela does. You know what? One of my Nigerian brothers gave me this fan, straight from Nigeria. You see, I'm not anti-immigrant. I have a lot of immigrant friends. I'm anti altogether the weaponization of immigration against American freedmen to keep us bottom caste. Yeah, I sure am. I'm real clear. Oh, this is the worst news ever. Wes Moore is leading in Maryland. That's all I can do to that is sigh. Lucky. You see why I've got to continue a full court press all the way through 24 with this message, and y'all going to have to help me. All we've got right now, family, is our vote. And a vote for the Democrats is a vote for our erasure and replacement. They are literally weaponizing the freedmen vote to erase and replace us. We're not going to make it on $40,000 a year median national income when the homes are between $500,000 and $1 million. The same homes that were $300,000 before Joe Crow took office. Got to weaponize the vote, or you're going to lose the power in your vote. 5% only see the play. I don't know what that means. Dwayne, Gaslight, unpack that for me, please. Hi, Erie Blackfire. Please, family, like and share. Thank you, my love. Queen Yasmin, hi. Good to see you again, my love. Okay, greetings at DJ Segwan. Congratulations. Woo! What did DJ Segwan do? What's that congrats about, Yaira? Greetings at Lucky. Yaira giving y'all love. It's close between Warnock and Walker. Well, may the ancestors deliver the very dumb Walker who wants to close the borders. Looks like Kemp will win here in GA. Praise the Lord. Get that Coon and Stacey Abrams on her way. I didn't vote for Newsom either, family. I am over his charades. 2.3 million illegals are getting our reparations and protections while he grifts off of reparations, because I don't believe he's really intending to deliver us that Skrilla. We'll see. But I did vote for Dale. I think that was who was running against him, the Republican. Gina Freesong, Republican, the party of my black grandfathers. I have instated of their principles. Black men were allowed to vote in their state home. I think, have you reinstated their principles? I don't know what that really means. I think there's a couple of typos. But yeah, we're having to do what our ancestors did with less education and no social media. They changed from the Republicans to the Democrats for civil rights. And it is my solemn prayer that we change to the Republicans for our own flourishing in the country our ancestors built with their lives. There ain't no way the stats I just read you should be so. There ain't no way that we should be in the fight of our lives to prevent from becoming bottom caste permanently because capitalism requires it. So I'm prayerful for the outcome, that at least we can run, the Republicans will be in charge of the House and Senate to close these borders. The Rock is in on the action. Right now in the House, the Dems are at 83 and the Republicans at 143. Fire them. Right now, the Senate is 40 apiece with 20 more seats to be determined. Fire the Democrats for their intentional neglect of American freedmen. Gavin is a slickster. We've seen this before. I never voted for him. Back to the text. Hi, Herb Saint. Right now, the Dem is 84 in the Republicans, 149 in the House. Fire them. Now they're 152. The Dems are 84. Fire them. Bring them to their knees. Woo-wee, says Yaira at the Rock. I believe that is the total of the three. Walker is winning and most likely will pull it off. Let's pray so, family. I made a mistake and voted for Newsom the last time. Not this time. Well, with that being said, family, I'm going to pray us out. Yaira, did you have any more to say in addition to...
I think our family, they got it.
They got it. They're on top of the numbers.
They got it. We're still at Arizona, y'all. We haven't, with Texas still being left out. Now, that's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
So Texas has been included for the House and the governor, but they haven't done the Senate for Texas yet.
So did Did they prevail in the governor and in the House?
No, I mean it's still they're still working on it because
Okay.
there's lines
We don't have
going
any
through
final
there.
numbers yet.
Nothing. They're just working on it. But when it's solid gray, they haven't even got to it. And the solid gray ones are us, California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Utah, Nevada. They haven't even began with those states. So
Okay.
it's still, trickling in. So we'll see. But no, those numbers were good. The Rock had it. That was the total. Yeah, it hasn't moved much, but that's the total. And that's what that is. So we're everybody's ahead. We're ahead.
Thank you, family. Y'all are the real soldiers.
We have to keep this work and passion up.
Huh?
We have to keep this work and passion up. I had my babysitter and I had my son's, he has a tutor, and they was like, well, what do we do? What do we? And they've been listening. So my neighbor, she's like, send me your ballot. I sent it to her. And she goes, okay, I got it
in. Yes, indeed, family.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for being here. Please send me the restaurant that we're meeting at tomorrow.
I'm going to send you some choices.
Yeah, I
don't know if you like sushi, Mediterranean.
I like everything.
I know.
So, just send me anything you decide on, I'm happy with.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. We got a lot of work to do.
Yes, a lot.
Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
With everybody included. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. These are the comrades. Any call to action, we give them. They're on top of it.
Yes.
All right, my love.
Grand Moon, peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings and reparations.
Reparations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, family. I think the last thing I want to share before I pray us out, I was going to play y'all this song.
Good energy fills me. I feel the love. I know it's not me. It's from above. I'm overflowing. I feel the good. It's something on me strongly. If you feel me, everybody throw your hands up and say,
winning. Winning. Winning.
His blessings on me. I feel the grace. I don't deserve it.
Yes, we do.
It's just his pace. I'm aerial surfing, gone with the wind. His hand is on me, if you agree. Can't explain it simply. Go ahead and throw your hands up. I woke up this morning.
Thank you, God.
To get it in. No, I'm not playing. This is my trend. No, I'm not perfect. I wanna get it right. So I encourage my own self. Turn left, focus on my own shelf. Reach for the top, don't stop. Hands. Yeah.
Charles Jenkins. Winning. Here's the hook. I feel good. I'm so grateful. I feel good. I'm so thankful. I feel good. Man, I'm so blessed. I feel good. Hands up. Okay. Before I get a copyright strike. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever Freedmen and its allies are, God truly is, because family, You are the face of God. Yes, you are. You are the voice of God. You are the body temple of the Spirit of the living God. Until tomorrow, family, with the election results, I want you to make it a beautiful, God-inspired rest of your evening. And if no one's told you today, know that I love you black and I love you Freedman strong. Yes, I do. And until tomorrow, family, I'm believing for each and every one of us a ton of peace, love, and reparations. Peace.